It's early morning in Newsoms, Virginia. The air is thick with the scent of fresh soil, and somewhere in the distance, a tractor hums to life. This is where tradition meets the land, where farming is not just a job, but a generational legacy. Today, we're spending the day with Westley Drake, who also goes by Wes, a 14th generation peanut farmer, husband, father, and pillar of his tight-knit community.
As we pull up the gravel drive, we're not just stepping into a farm, we're stepping into history. For Wes, farming isn't something he picks up later in life. It's in his roots, in his hands, and in his heart. And as we quickly learn, the story of Wes Drake is one of hard work, faith, sacrifice, and deep family pride.
I grew up on a farm, and I grew up watching my dad as a farmer. I grew up helping him on a farm. I always loved driving the equipment. As a kid, it was cool whenever Dad would say, "Here, you can take the wheel," or "You drive this," or you get that little opportunities here and there, and it instills in a young person, I guess, some of that pride factor.
Wesley's pride in his work didn't just come from operating tractors or watching crops grow. It came from the quiet strength of his father and grandfather, men who modeled what it meant to care for the land and the people around them.
So I always knew I wanted to farm. I never had any second thoughts about that part. But I also had an interest in firefighting and being an EMT when I was young, and I ended up pursuing that to the point of getting some state certifications as a firefighter and as an EMT.
Despite his love for farming, Wesley explored other paths, becoming certified in emergency response. But it was at NC State, surrounded by like-minded agriculture students, that his direction crystallized.
When I went to college at NC State, I just got inspired by my fellow classmates and the faculty and staff there about just how bright a future agriculture had, and I was able to see more opportunity in this industry than I guess what I thought.
Life on the farm isn't just 9 to 5, it's sun up to sundown, and sometimes beyond. It's dictated by weather, not a watch. It's work that demands everything, every day.
Farming doesn't have regular hours. It's all variable. And sometimes during the year, farming might be 7 days a week, and it might be 14 or 15-hour days.
And when Wes says sacrifice, he means more than just time. He means missing family events, running through fatigue, and betting on forces beyond his control.
We never know what the future has in store for that season. We don't know whether we might get a lot of rain soon and we're forced out of the field. We don't know whether our equipment's going to break down and we're going to be forced out of the field while that's being repaired. It's kind of like, as long as the weather's good, things are going good, the best thing a farmer can do is keep going at it until he gets the job done.
We asked Wes about the stress of farm life. He paused, took a breath, and started again.
Farming can be a stressful occupation at times because, like I've said before, farming's a lifestyle, so it's not something that you can escape from. When you enter into a growing season, you're entering into, in theory, a year-long contract with this land, with your commitment to grow a particular crop.
The hardest part, the unknowns, the pressure of it all falling on one person. But Wesley has a way of realigning with purpose.
The best way for me to get through periods of high stress or anxiety is just to know that I'm getting into that zone and to just kind of take a step back, even though it's hard to do, and just kind of remember what are my personal priorities here. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is my goal for the reason that I'm a farmer? Like, what am I trying to carry out here? And then enter back into that environment with a little clearer head.
At the heart of it all is Wes's family. His wife, Maci, grew into the lifestyle with him. And while she didn't grow up on a farm, she's now part of the legacy.
You never know what you're going to do, because some days you wake up and the cows are out in the yard and you got to call the neighbors to come help. And other days, I'm just cooking in the kitchen and I deliver food to the field.
She supports him no matter the season.
If he calls me and he needs anything whatsoever, I'm there. I'm a stay-at-home mom now, so I'm willing to help him. You know, if he's got to move tractors or move trucks or go to a different field or do anything he needs, you know, I'm there.
When we asked Wes about the future of peanut farming, he didn't hesitate.
It's going to look a lot like it is today. There's going to be some things that are different, but the things that will be in common will be that a seed will be planted in soil, a plant's going to be grown and nurtured, and it's going to be harvested with a mechanical way of harvesting. So we know that those things will probably be the same as they are today. And since the beginning of peanuts as a plant, that's the same way that they've always been grown. And that's the same way that they'll be grown in the future. The things that might be different are how that seed gets planted and who is watching it as it grows.
He doesn't want to pressure his children to follow in his footsteps, but he does want to give them the chance.
My goal for my kids and for future generations is that I can sustain this farm for another generation. Because in reality, life is short. It's the blink of an eye. The things that I do during my lifetime can give the next generation that opportunity to farm just like I had, that my dad gave to me. If I'm not careful, I could lose that opportunity for that next generation. I don't want to put my kids in a situation where they feel like they're forced to come back and farm, because I want them to do whatever they love to do. Whatever their passion is, I want them to be able to fully express and carry that out. Because at the end of the day, you really need to love what you're doing while you're here on earth, because it's short. It's a short life that you live, and just loving what you do is so important to me. Now, with that being said, they will have an opportunity to come here and farm.
Wes knows his place in the timeline, not at the end, not at the beginning, but right in the middle.
We're the bridge between the old and the wise and the new and the inexperienced. We're in the middle, and it's our responsibility to interact with the older guys, gain as much wisdom and knowledge from those guys as we can, even though they might not have used the same equipment that we use on our farm now, or they might have a totally different way of doing it. Like I say, a lot is still the same, and a lot is still relevant. And old wise tales can still be implemented into modern day practices. But a lot of people have gone through things and experienced the same things that we as young farmers are going to experience, and then the same things that the farmers after us are going to experience. And I think it's important to bridge the gap and gain that wisdom, and then be that wisdom for the guys that are coming behind us.
It's a role he takes seriously, as a farmer, as a mentor, as a father.
This time is only for a short time, and then we're going to be looking for some more young guys to fill the shoes that my age group is feeling now. So we just got to realize that the importance of that and where we are on the timeline.
In Newsoms, Virginia, the soil runs deep, so does the history, and so does the heart of a man named Wes Drake.
He's more than a farmer. He's a link in a long chain of legacy, faith, and family. And thanks to him, the story of peanut farming is far from over.